I hate how people think they know my story. They see what's on the surface and think they've got it all figured out. Well, they don't. My name is Caitlin. I'm 29. And this is what really happened. 6 years ago, I married Kevin. We were both 23, young and stupid in love. He was this sweet guy who told me I was beautiful even when I didn't feel it. I'd always been on the heavier side, curvy but insecure. Kevin would look at me like I hung the moon. And no one had ever done that before. I cried the first time he called me beautiful because it actually felt genuine. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. Kevin had a decent job, no debt, and we saved a lot. We lived in a modest apartment, cooked dinner together, laughed about stupid things, and had all these inside jokes that no one else understood. Life was good. I guess, normal. Then about a year ago, everything at work went to hell. My boss was writing me constantly. Deadlines were impossible, and I'd come home crying almost every night. I started snapping at Kevin over little things, leaving his socks on the floor, not taking out the trash, breathing too loud. I was a mess. One night, I was complaining about how stressed and awful I felt, and Kevin suggested I try going to the gym. He said it helped him when he was burned out. I figured he was just trying to get rid of me or something, but I surprised myself by saying, "Okay, we start going together." The first few weeks were torture. I was so self-conscious I wanted to die. I wore this baggy hoodie that practically swallowed me whole, constantly telling Kevin how embarrassed I was. I'd hide in the back corner on the treadmill, hoping no one would notice me. Kevin showed me how to use the machines and made dumb jokes to try to get me to relax. And slowly, it started to work. I actually began liking it. I had more energy, slept better, stopped crying so much. I started wearing tighter leggings instead of hiding my body. I even posted a gym selfie once, something I never would have done before. I remember laughing and telling Kevin, "I'm a snack and I'm proud of it." Then I met Tessa at the gym. She was this super fit fitness instructor with abs for days and a huge Instagram following. She invited me to her morning classes. And suddenly, I had this whole new group of friends. We started doing girls' happy hours and weekend hikes. The gym wasn't Kevin and my thing anymore. It was my thing. Around the same time, Kevin got promoted at work. Suddenly, he was crazy busy, working late all the time. But I was so wrapped up in my new life that I barely noticed. I stopped waiting up for him. He started eating dinner alone. Things got weird between us, like we were living in the same apartment but different worlds. I started dressing differently, buying new clothes, spending more time on my hair and makeup. Suddenly I was getting all these, "You look amazing" comments. I noticed guys checking me out, and they weren't subtle about it. And honestly, I liked the attention. I'd laugh harder at their jokes, let them get a little touchy. When Kevin mentioned it, I told him he was imagining things and that he should be proud. Other people wanted what he had. At my work holiday party, this guy Owen was flirting with me all night. He kept his hand on my back, and I didn't move away. I laughed at his jokes like he was the funniest person alive. I haven't laughed like that with Kevin in months. Kevin noticed, of course. We drove home in complete silence. When we got back, he confronted me. "Are you going to let guys flirt with you all night?" he asked. I snapped. "You're the one who wanted me to get in shape." Remember, I turned his suggestion against him, like my transformation was somehow his fault. Things got worse after that. I was barely home, ignored his texts, came back late at night. Kevin did all the chores, cooked, cleaned, never complained. Not because he was a doormat, but because he loved me, or maybe he just loved who I used to be. He suggested we try counseling. I completely lost it. "I think I can do better than you," I yelled. "I only stayed with you because I was insecure about my weight." The look on his face was like someone had kicked him in the chest. He asked if I really felt that way, and I said yes. A week later, he got served with divorce papers. I didn't even warn him, just cold, clinical, efficient. He didn't fight it. Later, he told me he was thinking of doing the same thing. I wasn't the person he married anymore. When he packed my things into boxes, he found one of my old hoodies I used to wear on movie nights. He told me he sat there for 20 minutes just holding it. Pathetic. I moved out and started posting all my glow-up content selfies, gym pics, showing off my new life. I started dating Owen, which was a mistake. He was shallow and only cared about looks. Mutual friends would send Kevin screenshots of my posts, thinking he wanted to see them. He didn't, but he looked anyway. Kevin kept his head down, focused on work, started hiking, joined a running club, made new friends, got a better apartment, cleaned up his look. Then this new girl, Michelle, joined his running group. They started talking, and he said it felt like oxygen after drowning. 6 months after our divorce was final, I called Kevin. He didn't answer, so I started texting him. I miss you. I made a mistake. No one loves me like you did. He said nothing. Then I messaged Michelle, telling her we were reconciling and asking her to back off. Michelle showed Kevin the text. She looked hurt, not threatened. Kevin called me the first time we'd spoken since court. Don't contact Michelle again. He said flatly. Don't ask my friends about me. Don't come by my place. I told him Michelle wasn't right for him. He said, you don't get to decide that anymore. I cried, told him I still loved him. He didn't say it back. A few months later, they got engaged. Michelle said yes. She cried happy tears. Not insecure ones like I used to. Kevin posted a picture of them on a hike. Friends started telling me I was spiraling, joining random groups Kevin was in, messaging his old coworkers, driving by his old apartment, trying to bump into him at events. I even messaged his mom. She told him, Kevin's doing well. It's time to let him go. I saw them one day at the grocery store with Michelle. I ducked behind a display like a child. Michelle asked if that was me. Kevin nodded. They picked a different checkout lane and didn't even look my way again. That was the moment Kevin knew he wasn't just moved on, he was free. Weeks later, I sent him one last message, a giant paragraph full of regret, apology, begging, guilt. He replied simply, I forgive you. Please seek help and move on with your life. No insults, no gloating, just peace. Now I'm alone, still posting throwback pics to when I was happy, still going on awful dates with guys who see me as gym candy, still hoping Kevin will text back. He won't, because now he wakes up next to someone who brings him peace, someone who laughs at his dumb hiking jokes, who rubs his neck when he's been hunched over his computer too long, who doesn't need him to be rich, just present. And that's all he ever wanted to be, somewhere out there. Kevin's probably living his best life without a second thought about me. But I'm not the person he married anymore. And even if I was, he wouldn't come back. People think I'm the villain in this story. They say I threw away a good man for attention and validation. But they don't understand what it's like to spend your whole life feeling invisible, then suddenly have everyone notice you. They don't know what it's like to be stuck in a comfortable but boring relationship when there's a whole world out there. Kevin was sweet, but he was holding me back. He wanted me to stay the same insecure girl he met. He couldn't handle the new me. And honestly, I don't think I miss him. I miss having someone who knows me, who takes care of me. But I don't miss Kevin specifically. I see him and Michelle together, looking all happy and perfect. And part of me wants to scream. That should be me. I was there first. I put in the time when he was just starting out. But she gets the upgraded version of him, the one with the better job, the nicer apartment, the confidence. Everyone says I made a mistake, that I threw away the best thing that ever happened to me. But they weren't there. They didn't see how Kevin would look at me sometimes, like he was disappointed in who I was becoming. They didn't feel how he'd pull away when I tried to be intimate, like he wasn't attracted to the new me. I tried to explain this to my friend Sarah the other day. She just shook her head and said I was in denial. But what does she know? She's been with the same guy since college, living in the same town, working the same job. Some people are meant for stability. I'm meant for more. Owen and I broke up months ago. He was using me to make his ex-girlfriend jealous. And the sex wasn't even that good. I've been on a few dates since then. But nobody compares to Kevin. Not that I want him back. I just want what he has with Michelle. That easy comfort. That genuine laughter. That partnership. I went on a date last week with this guy Mark. He's nice, successful, good-looking. Everything I should want. But halfway through dinner, I found myself zoning out, thinking about Kevin, not missing him exactly. Just wondering what he's doing, if he's happy, if he ever thinks about me. I know he's moved on. I see the pictures, the hiking trips, the dinner parties, the weekends away. He looks genuinely happy, and that's the worst part. He's supposed to be miserable without me. That's how it works in the movies. The person who gets left behind pines and suffers, while the one who leaves moves on to bigger and better things. But in my case, I'm the one pining while he's living his best life. It's not fair. I was the one who changed, who grew, who transformed into this better version of myself. But he's the one who got the happy ending. How does that make sense? Sometimes I think about reaching out again. Not to beg him to take me back, I wouldn't go back even if he asked. But just to, I don't know, remind him I exist. Prove I'm doing fine without him. Show him what he's missing. I never do. Of course. I have some pride left. But the thought is always there, lurking in the back of my mind. The other day, I found one of Kevin's old hoodies in the back of my closet. I don't even know how it got there. I held it for a minute, then threw it away. What's the point of holding on to the past? People keep telling me I need to move on and find myself. But I did move on. I did find myself. I found this confident, strong, beautiful woman who doesn't need a man to validate her. So why do I feel so empty sometimes? I think about the life Kevin and I had. The simple dinners, the movie nights, the stupid inside jokes. At the time, it felt boring, like we were stuck in a rut. Now it looks like heaven. Isn't that always the way? You don't appreciate what you have until it's gone. But I'm not going to wallow. I'm not going to be one of those women who spends her life regretting leaving a good man. I made my choice, and I stand by it. Kevin wasn't right for the new me, and maybe I wasn't right for him anymore either. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd never met Tessa, never started taking those morning classes, never changed. Would Kevin and I still be together? Would we be happy? Or would we be stuck in that same comfortable rut, slowly growing resentful of each other? I'll never know. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to. Life is about growth and change. I grew, I changed, and Kevin couldn't keep up. That's not my fault. It's just life. Now I'm focusing on myself, my career, my friends, my health. I'm even thinking about going back to school, getting another degree, something to fill my time, something to make me feel like I'm moving forward. Most days, I'm fine. I go to work, hit the gym, meet friends for drinks. I'm living my life. But sometimes, usually late at night when I can't sleep, I think about Kevin. I wonder if he ever thinks about me too. Probably not. He has Michelle now. Why would he think about me? And that's the hardest part to accept. Not that I lost him, but that I'm so easily forgotten. Like those 6 years meant nothing. Like I meant nothing. But they did mean something. And I did mean something. Even if he's moved on. Even if he's happy with someone else. What we had was real. It was good. And no one can take that away from me. Not even him.